Welcome to the story of one of the most pivotal conflicts in the history of the British Isles, the First War between England and Scotland. This war, which lasted from 1296 to 1328, was not just about land, it was about freedom, pride, and the will of a people to fight against oppression. We'll explore the events that triggered the wars for Scottish independence and the heroes who fought for their nation. It all began in the late 13th century. Scotland was a proud kingdom, but divided by internal political strife. When King Alexander III of Scotland died in 1286 without a male heir, a period of uncertainty began, leaving Scotland vulnerable to external intervention. King Edward I of England, known as Edward Longshanks, saw an opportunity. He offered himself as a mediator between the Scottish nobles fighting over the throne, but had a hidden agenda: the complete control of Scotland. In 1296, Edward decided to make his ambitions a reality. He invaded Scotland with a well-organized and powerful army. This was the beginning of the First War of Scottish independence. The town of Berwick, a prosperous trading hub, was Edward's first target. English forces massacred thousands of inhabitants, a brutal act that would send shockwaves through Scotland. In these dark times, a new leader emerged: William Wallace. Wallace, a knight without noble blood, quickly became the leader of the Scottish resistance. He became a symbol of defiance against English rule. The Scots achieved their first major victory at the Battle of Stirling Bridge in 1297. Wallace and his forces used the narrow bridge over the river to defeat a much larger English army.
Yes, I've heard. He kills men by the hundred. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse. I am William Wallace. And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do with that freedom? Will you fight? Right? Against that? No! We will run! And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Although Wallace inspired the Scots, he was captured by the English in 1305 and brutally executed. But the Scottish resistance did not die with him. After Wallace's death, Robert the Bruce, one of Scotland's most influential nobles, stepped forward as the new leader. He crowned himself King of Scotland in 1306, beginning a new phase in the fight for Scottish independence. The climax of the war came in 1314, during the famous Battle of Bannockburn. Against all odds, Robert the Bruce led his army to a decisive victory against the English. This battle marked a turning point in the war and solidified Robert's place as a legendary Scottish hero.
His aim will be to take our England next!
I could talk about God, but he has no place where we are going. I could talk about honor, but you are here. You know enough about honor. I know you all as men, but today we are beasts. We fight for God, for honor, for country, for family, for yourselves. I do not care, so long as you fight!
Take the day!
After years of struggle, the Treaty of Edinburgh-Northampton was signed in 1328, in which the English king officially recognized Scottish independence. Scotland had regained its freedom, though the scars of war would last for generations. The First War between England and Scotland was more than just a conflict between two kingdoms. It was a fight for identity and self-determination. William Wallace and Robert the Bruce remain symbols of courage and determination, representing a people who refused to bow to oppression. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history.